G'day folks, here's my top 20 most valuable tapes according to Discogs. G'day folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing the third video in the series of most valuable releases according to Discogs. Today we're doing cassette tapes. A hell of a lot of these are actually in my top 20 Aussie demos videos, so I'll put a link to that, but I encourage you to watch that one because I do go into more detail than I will today on those. For stuff that isn't on that video, I'll detail a little more in this one. Honestly, I don't really like tapes all that much. I mean, I like the contents of them, but it's my least favourite media, mainly because I speak from experience and they're just flimsy as crap. I've had tapes mangled over the years, you know, melting on your front seat. And yeah, as soon as I could afford records or CDs, that's what I bought. I mean, obviously a lot of these are old demos, and that's the only version they came out on until like a Discogs version of it. But yeah, I try very hard not to buy cassettes. I mean, aside from the fact I don't actually have a functioning tape player, so I haven't listened to any of these in doggies years. But yeah, I would like to thank my old flatmate Jesse, who gave me some of these ones. I think a lot of the history of these is a little hazy because I probably did buy them at a gig or, you know, from a record store like 30 years ago. So not the newest a lot of this lot, but and yeah, hell of a lot of Aussie stuff, unsurprisingly. So yeah, let's get into it. As with my previous Discogs videos, I'll use the median sale price. So this is only stuff that's actually sold. At the end, I'll mention a couple that haven't been sold before that I reckon are probably worth a pretty penny. So yeah, this is a median sale price. I've decided what the hell, I'll list the ridiculous maximums, some of which vary quite a bit with the median. So at number 20 we have Arizmenda with Beneath This Reality of Flesh. This is an American band from the, and I never pronounce this correctly no doubt, Crepusculo Negro record label, which is mostly, I think they're all California based. They're very sort of Mexican heritage kind of style. You know, they sing about Aztec and all sorts of bits and pieces. So it's the Black Twilight Circle, I think they were called. It was a group of bands, somewhat incestuous, as those groups often are. And yeah, Arizmenda was a one-man band for Merban Bad, sorry. And yeah, this is sort of tortured, psychedelic black metal, really long, drawn-out sort of songs. Killer stuff. I really enjoy these guys. It's probably my favourite of the CN bands. This is their fourth album, I think. This is the second press of one of 100. The first press was only 50, so I'm probably lucky I got that. I kind of am surprised these bands didn't really get into the more into this list. I have a hell of a lot of tapes. I think I might actually do a retrospective of the label at one point. I have a lot of tapes, but they're mostly like second and third pressings, so obviously not that valuable, but bloody excellent little circle they had. Yeah, this one, I think, yeah, I got this directly from the label themselves. I had issues with them, as a lot of people did. They were somewhat notorious for very slow service or not sending stuff, but I eventually got there. I think this one was fine, but another order I did off them was troublesome, you could say, but I got it eventually, so it's all good. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, this one is currently worth 45 Australian dollars as the median price, and the maximum is 64, so yeah, it's not all that much for something there's only like 150 of. At number 19 we have Mournful Congregation with Weeping. This was currently worth about $47 as a median sale price, maximum 59, which is a bargain, I reckon. So yeah, this is the first demo of Mournful Congregation, funeral doom band from South Australia, who are pretty prolific. They got a hell of a lot of releases, including two bloody killer sort of EPs they put out over the last couple of years. But yeah, this is the very first one. As I said, you can see this on my top 20 Aussie demos video where I go into more detail. This is slightly different than their latest stuff. It's got a different singer and it's a bit more death metal-y than funeral doomy, but it's freaking killer. Pretty sure I got this off the band, so probably for like, I don't know, $5 or $10 for postage. I did try and organise an interview with this band for a street press mag that I used to write for, but the editor was not interested in obscure funeral doom, so sorry boys. But yeah, if you can get this for $47, it's a bloody bargain. Number 18 is more Arismenda with Within the Vacuum of Infinity. This, I believe, is the first press. I got this off Discogs for $25 US, so not cheap, that's for sure. This is probably actually my favourite Arismenda and probably Black Twilight Circle recording. Don't know why, it's just killer stuff. It's full-length album, came with a spiffy patch. Yeah, this one's worth $49 or maximum price of $131. I do also have this on record, which is worth quite a bit more. The record is worth $136-ish or maximum of $302. So I think this one was on my other Discogs record version. So yeah, this is killer bloody. This is their second album, I think. Maybe it's the first. I don't know. No, they're just the first. Sorry. Killer release, just again more long, like 10-minute long, psychedelic sort of tortured black metal-y sort of stuff. Kind of marginally Bethlehem-y at times, a bit of that DSBM kind of style, but yeah, really good stuff. I'm very sad I haven't picked up a copy of their latest album. What is it? Spider's Lust in the Dungeon's Dust. It only came out on record, and I think they were selling them at gigs, and that's about it. So there's versions on Discogs that like start at like 260 Australian dollars. I'm like, yeah, I don't want it that bad. So I'm hoping one day. I mean, I've got a digital version; it's probably good enough. But hoping one day I'll track that down. But very happy to have this, and especially on record. But cassette as well, killer. Number 17 is Persecution with Besieged. This is a 1994 demo from an old Sydney sort of crusty punk death metal-y kind of band that had keyboards as well for some weird reason. Yeah, this is their second demo that came out on Warhead Records, which is a killer old Sydney label and store actually that I remember going to and drooling over all their wonderful old death metal long sleeves with sleeve prints that I couldn't quite afford, unfortunately. This is currently worth about 55 Australian dollars. Well, it's sold for that at any rate. And it looks like, I mean, the median's the same as the higher price, so it's probably only sold the once. There's probably not that many of these out there, really. And I do actually want to track down their first demo encapsulated, but I don't like my chances. I got this off eBay for $1. I was also buying at the same time from the same seller a Funabarum 7-inch, which I got for $3.25 US. So, and $3 for postage, I consider that all a bloody good bargain, because the Funabarum 7-inch is killer as well. So, I didn't actually buy it in Australia, so I'd say I got it from an American seller, but it's a bit weird, but anyway. So yeah, this is possibly my favourite sounding release of theirs. They did also release this, what is it, Thick Faces Black Heart sort of album, which is pretty bloody good, but I didn't really like. They got a second singer after that, which I didn't really like. This one just has Rod Hunt, who's Sydney stalwart. He's been in many bands, including Terrible Virtue, Murder, Summoners. Now has a band called Blood Trails, and you probably recognise him from taking a lot of photos at gigs these days. Top bloke. And yeah, he sounds bloody killer on this, whereas the album has like another guy, Jody, who doesn't quite do it. It's a bit crustier sounding, the other album, but this is pretty killer. I haven't listened to this in its entirety for ages, but thankfully there's one song on this killer Warhead compilation, which has got hell of a lot of cool old Sydney bands, and there's a couple of songs on this Worst Case Scenario compilation that also got a whole lot of cool old bands, including Misery and Undernism and Worm and Sad X. So I have a couple of songs at least, so one day I might listen to this again, that cover art's a bit fudgy bloody photocopy job, but still, killer EP. Number 16 is more Aussie action. This is Super Heist with their Apocalypse demo from 1995. The median price of this is $56 and maximum $65. This is an old Victorian metal sort of band. Back in these days, this is their first and probably only demo, I think. They were kind of like first album of Fear Factory meets Napalm Death, with the usual damaged influence that a hell of a lot of Victorian bands had back in those days. Plus, with some clean vocals that kind of sound like Mike Patton a bit, I'd say. This is a band I saw live a batch of times. They played Canberra a few times, including Metal for the Brain. They were good back in this sort of era. They once new metal came around, they jumped on that train, and my interest waned quite rapidly. I haven't actually, I haven't listened to this until today for a long time. There are 2 songs on like their Chrome Matrix EP that I'd show if I wasn't in the shed somewhere, which is a EP they did after this, where it's still pretty heavy, but it's they always had like a bit of a sort of cleanness about them. It has keyboards as well, so it gave it that sort of slick sound, you could say. I do actually quite like Chrome Matrix. It's a sort of good combination mix of their styles. It's a bit poppier and has that sort of Fear Factory meets Faith No More kind of style, but sounds pretty reasonable. I think the first 2 songs, which I noticed on YouTube, the first song's called Retarded Barbie. On YouTube they seem to have renamed it to Can't Stop the Razors, which is possibly better, I don't know, but it's probably not hard to be better than Retarded Barbie. But I'll put links to the first song at any rate. The channel that has all of the songs on it, so check them out if you want. This is guitar work on this is by D.W. Norton, who did a hell of a lot of killer production work. And is still going with Super Heist. I think he revigorated them a couple of years ago. He did great productions of like Alchemist and Pod People and Destroyer 666 and Mind Snare. So, talented bloke. And all the Super Heist stuff sounds bloody good. I'll give him that. But, this is probably my limit. Maybe Chrome Matrix as well, but after that, no. Number 15, I really don't have to say too much about this. Corpse Molestation with Dissension of a Darker Deity. Obviously, these guys turned into Bestial Warlust after a while. This is still my preferred thing of anything they've done, and this is definitely on my top 20 Aussie demos. So check out that for more rambling about this. I'd say I probably got this from Impact for $5. So Impact Records, classic old record store in Canberra that supplied a lot of my youthful listenings. That's where I bought Autopsy and Disembowelment and all sorts of good stuff. So, legendary shop. This one's even got the Modern Invasion sticker on the back. Good old Modern Invasion with their indestructible stickers. This one's worth $59. You're probably lucky if you can get it for that. That's a median sale price. Highest is only $113. I was surprised at that. I kind of figured it'd be worth a bit more, but that's worth a lot to me. Number 14 is Necrotomy with Cranial Dismemberment. This one, median sale price $65, maximum $85, which is a bargain if you ask me. I got this on eBay for US $27.49 apparently, so that was well worth it. I never actually had this back in the day. This sounds, it's a bit rawer sounding than their second demo, Erectic Awakening. Songs are exactly the same. They're redone obviously, but I'm not actually sure if this is an OG copy. It's got your classic TDK D90. The cover looks, and that cover art, terrible. The J card doesn't look too bad, but this one actually comes with like a extra handwritten thing of side B is Necrotomy live at the Sarah Sands Hotel, 25th of October 1991, and they play Christbait Rising, Godflesh song, Allurophobe, which I should have a listen to this. It's been a while because that's a song I don't recognise. That must be a newer one. Past Illusions, another newer one, I think, and Imminent Mind Overload, which yes, I'm pretty sure is. Oh no, it's not on this. There you go. Maybe it's on Erectic Awakening, but. And it also has the Mass Appeal Bar of Life 7-inch on the end for some weird reasons. And it says Pink Floyd, so, score. So, no idea if that's an original, possibly not, if it's a bodgy TDK. But then again, a lot of demos were just put on whatever cassette they could get, so I'm happy to have it at any rate. I'll put a link below to, I think Shelby, the main bassist and vocalist, has a Bandcamp page with remastered versions of this and the other demo. So yeah, I'll put a link if I can find it below. But yeah, this is one of Melbourne's heaviest, nastiest sort of death grind almost, but heavy as buggery death metal. I love these guys. So this one didn't make the top 20 Aussie demos because the other one did. But this one's just as bloody good despite the awful cover. Number 13 is Armored Angel with Communion. It's a travesty. It should be number 1, or at least higher. This one's currently worth $65 as a median, or 87 as the maximum for this. So I would have bought this probably an Armored Angel gig for probably $5. So yeah, I definitely had this back in the day. I'm a bit peeved actually because I mean the tape very nice looking, except for when somehow it got stuck to my cover. So sort of tore off a bit of the cover there, which I'm pretty bummed about actually, because yeah, it's a shame, but yeah, well. I mean, I have this on record and on CD, so it's not the end of the world. It probably still plays fine, but yeah, I don't know. I love this demo so much, and yeah, definitely watch my top 20 Aussie death metal or Aussie demos, because yeah, this rates pretty friggin' highly, as you'd imagine. Speaking of ranking rather highly on it, number 12 is Disembowelment with Deep Sensory Procession into Oral Fate. Median for this is $68, maximum $277. So I think that wins for the maximum out of all these. Yeah, I bought this off the guitarist Jay via eBay when he sold it on there. I had a watch sort of notice looking for it. So as soon as I saw it, it's like buy. I foolishly didn't buy this back in the day at the legendary gig that I'll put a flyer up for, where they were sold. And yeah, I think I told this story in the top 20 demos, but I heard it on the way back from the gig and went, oh shit, I should have bought that, bugger. Yeah, this is amazing. I mean, this did very well in my top 20 Aussie demos, as unsurprisingly, because yeah, it's my favourite Aussie band. It was interesting buying this off Jay. I sent him back a message saying, "Oh, thanks, mate. Thanks for your hard work and all that sort of thing." And I think pretty sure he said he preferred this to the album just because it was more brutal. I think, or something along those lines. So good work. But yeah, I don't need to talk much more about this. This is legendary stuff. Highly recommend you buying the what is it, like a split with Dusk. You know, Relapse put out a compilation of this and the Dusk one, even though 2 songs off this are on Dusk. But anyway, yeah, legend. Number 11, more Aussie death metal. Who would have guessed? Armored Angel with Wings of Death. This one's median price is $73 and maximum is $117. So that's a bloody bargain if you ask me. I'm pretty sure this version I think I got off my old flatmate Jesse. I think he gave me this in his batch of goodies. No idea what happened on the back of that cover. Maybe that's why that Communion one's a bit buggered as well. Maybe it got a bit water damaged or something. Although it doesn't look damaged, but I actually have a second version of this that I bought from CD Revolution in Belconnen. It's an old second-hand CD shop. Hardly ever had tapes, but the one time they did, I noticed and went, ooh, it's like $5 or something. This is well after this came out. This is like 15, 20 years later or whatever. And it's signed by the band, so very good. So yeah, can't go wrong. This is our second demo, but the first with the green lineup. Absolute killer. This one nearly got on my top 20 demos, but there was only one demo per band. Yeah, Communion one, but yeah, I mean, this has got Armored Angel, Madam Guillotine, Christian Slaughter, and Crush, Kill, Destroy. I have grand memories of watching these guys play all this stuff live, and the crowd just going berserk. So much fun. So yeah, and again, this I do actually have on where is it? This Hymns of Hate compilation. Plus, obviously, 2 record versions of it as well, just for the hell of it. So yeah, legendary. Number 10 is Alchemist with Demo 1990. This is worth $75 or maximum $82. So I have a feeling I got this one from Jesse as well. Maybe I just had a recording of this. If not from a gig for $5, that's probably where he would have bought it from. This is their second demo after their Eternal Wedlock one, which was a couple of years beforehand, and only Adam, the singer and guitarist, survived. So yeah, this is with the newer lineup, which has James Priest on bass, who I'm guessing I saw him live with them, but yeah, this is the only thing he was on, and Andrew Meredith is a guitarist on this and the 91 demo, and does a bloody good job. Yeah, this is psychedelic thrash they were back in these days. It's no real death metal elements to it, but yeah, lots of destruction and coroner action, and lots of Pink Floyd-y kind of very old Pink Floyd sort of style. This starts with the killer instrumental Paisley Bleu, which is good fun, and then actually has the song Jar of Kingdom, which they redid for the album Jar of Kingdom. I actually prefer this version. The slower bit when it kicks back in just rules. They got this sort of, I don't know, Middle Eastern-y sounding bit that just so awesome when the drums kick back in. And yeah, that song live, I still have memories of, watching the circle pit in the terrace bar to various parts of that song. It's just awesome stuff. I think the third song, Implosion, is sung by the new and then long-term drummer Rod. Yeah. I think this is the only song he did vocals on, thankfully, because yeah, it ain't amazing. I've no idea why he did it. Maybe he bought it from his previous band. Who knows? Yeah, he was a very good drummer though. I'll give him that. But yeah, honestly, this is one of the most important Canberra demos, I reckon. This one and probably the Armid Angel one before. Influenced a lot of local bands. Honestly, I much prefer Demo 91, which is only a year later, but sounds way better. I mean, these songs still rule, don't get me wrong, but 91's, that made my Aussie Top 20 demos for a reason. There are 2 songs of this on this Embryonics compilation that they put out. I think this came out on Relapse as well. This is the Aussie version on Chatterbox. Highly recommend this one. It's got good sort of smattering. It's like kind of like a best of, and has some old demos. So it's got 2 songs off that, a couple of songs from the 91 demo, and various other oddities, some live stuff. But really good mix of just all their, well, not all their albums. I think this came out before the last album, maybe even the one before that. But highly recommend this one. And yeah, has the 2 better songs off this on it. So yeah. But yeah, I'm very happy to have this one, because bloody Archivist ruled. Number 9 is Christbait with Prod. Yeah, this one's median $82 and maximum $148. Ooh, good work. That's well worth it. I'm not going to go into too much detail, because again, this is in the top 20 demos, but yeah, this is their first demo, a lot grindier and sort of death metal-y sounding compared to the later era Christbait. And you can get it all in this fancy box set. Or you probably can't get it anymore because I think it's sold out. But hey, I've got one. And it's got a thanks to me in it for providing flyers. So always got to gloat about that. But yeah, this demo, friggin' killer. Bit of Godflesh influence, just heavy as hell. Growly Jason V vocals that probably aren't quite as good as his later shouty ones. But yeah, I love this. Would have bought this from Impact for maybe $5 or... And yeah, classic Modern Invasion sticker on the back as usual. So I might have bought this. I did go on a trip to Melbourne where I went to Extreme Aggression, which was the Modern Invasion sort of storefront where Jason PC sold me the Bloodduster demo. Might have got this then, but can't remember. Anyway, I've had it a while. And it bloody rules. Number 8 is the Mighty Sadistic Execution with Spiral. This is worth a median of $83 and maximum of $120, which is, again, a complete bargain, I reckon. Yeah, this one I borrowed off my friend Jabba and never gave it back. Sorry, mate. Freaking killer little tape, though. This totally suckered me into Sadistic Execution. Once I heard this, I was like, oh yeah. I hadn't actually heard the Magus. Not for a while, actually. I think I probably heard Chaos before I finally got the Magus, but yeah, this. So yeah, these songs the two songs on this are actually on We Are Death, Fuck You, which I keep forgetting I've got this black and white crappy covered version of it. No idea why. Must have been the only version I could find. And I'm pretty sure it's also on this way mega shiny, bloody, you can't see that for diddly, 30 Years of Agonizing the Dead. But yeah, the two songs on this are just on We Are Death, so exactly the same versions. Suspiral and Ipsissimus. So yeah, insane stuff like Death Mental, I think is what they call themselves. And very, very fitting. It's just crazy time changes, weird stuff, maniac vocals from rock, legendary stuff. It's really opened my mind, this one. I'm glad I've still got this one. Number 7 is Gorbion Necropsy with I Recommend You Amputation. This is their second demo from 1992. Median price of this is $86, maximum $151. Bloody hell. I got this from eBay for like, I don't know, US $19, so not too bad. I mean, I had this on tape forever. I think I got it off my good friend Irene. Thanks for that. I absolutely love this demo. It sounds nothing like their later stuff. This is starts with like classic Hellraiser 2 sample of Dr. Chenard in that. Oh, what a character.
I recommend amputation.
So yeah, long sort of detuned intros, like rumbly and just very detuned, heavy stuff. Totally different to their, crazy lo-fi grind attack of later years. So yeah, it's essentially detuned drum machine gore grind, heavy as hell vocals. I don't think they're pitch shifted or anything, just nasty. I think the drum machine, I don't think it's called that on this, but later they called it Dr. Industrial Puke Grinder 3. But yeah, it's an excellent groove on this though. It's very much a punch and sense sort of style, so starts slow, but then yeah, it kicks in. It's just gore grindy sort of stuff, but lovely stuff. I think the song Floating Flesh is redone on their This Is an EP That You Want, which came out on Melodious Mangled Innards. Great EP. This one, I'm assuming it's a legit one. I don't really know. It's got like this little cool fold-outy bit. Looks pretty legit. The tape is... Oh no, that is what it shows on Discogs, so I'm hoping that's a legit one. Fine by me. Yeah. If one band that definitely heard this one is a fellow Japanese band, Catasexual Urge Motivation. This is pretty much the blueprint for them, I reckon. With songs about serial killers, of course. This one isn't, but yeah, friggin' killer bloody thing. Unfortunately, this one doesn't seem to be on any of their... I'll put a link below to just a YouTube version of it. This isn't on any of the sort of unofficial compilations that are out there. I've got one and downloaded a couple of other ones, and they're all just like the EPs, not this demo, unfortunately. I will one day do my Gorbion Necropsy collection because I have a lot of their stuff, but I'm still missing like the very first demo and like a live one from around this sort of, well, around 94 era. I love this band so much, but yeah, I've nearly got all their stuff. I don't like my chances of ever getting it all, so I'll probably just do a video anyway and ignore those ones, but yeah, amazing band. Number 6 is about the only vaguely recent one. This is from 2014. This is a Pissgrave of their self-titled demo. Median price for this is $88 and maximum $100. I bought this for $6 from Dark Descent when it came out, so thanks folks. This is, yeah, I'm trying not to hold this too close to the camera because it's a pretty gross cover. This is just raw as shit, noisy as hell death metal. I mean, all their stuff sounds pretty bloody similar. Some reason, I also bought this on record, of course. Hey, at least it's got a band photo. The band looking moderately tough. Yeah, some milk crate action, but yeah, not that impressive. But yeah, most of the songs of this are redone on their 2 albums, but yeah, sounds nasty. I still I don't actually have a copy of their first album at all, so I'll have to try and track that down. I've got the second one because these boys excel in ridiculously gross covers. So yeah, this is nice to have, and especially when I only paid $6 for it. So yeah. Number 5 is more Aussie death metal. Who would have guessed? This is Portal with their 1998 demo. This one, median price is $97, maximum $158. I got this for, as you would see on my, I think, October 2023 collection update, where you can see more rambling about it. I bought this for $50 from Ben, I think, so cheers, mate. Good old Facebook. It's useful for something. This one, yeah, is pretty raw sounding. I think it's drum machine as well, so it's not exactly the most amazing thing, but yeah, it's the beginning of their reign of terror, you could say. Bloody hell, it was an intense band, that's for sure, even back here. As I showed in the October update, I also have the Hell's Headbanger reissue version of this tape, and I think a 7-inch that got put out of it as well by Dissident. So, but yeah, I was very happy to finally get the original. Yeah, it's a band that I heard probably, I think, around when Sepia came out, so, and yeah, still slightly scares me. I like this band. Number 4 is Necrotomy with Erectic Awakening. Legendary demo. This is definitely one of my top 20 Aussie demos. This one, median price is $105, so finally hit the 3 figures. Maximum of $122. I got this for like $34 on eBay. Like God knows when, like probably 15 years ago or so. I had this on tape forever since it came out. I'd say my good mate Andy would have dubbed this for me because, yeah, we love this band. This is still my preferred one over Cranial. It's slightly cleaner sort of sound, which normally I would not go for, but yeah, maybe it's just because I had this longer. Killer death metal from Melbourne. Just amazing stuff. It's always one of my most underrated Aussie band that the rest of the world should really know about. So hoping one day there'll be a official like discography of all their stuff. But yeah, this is legendary bloody stuff. Number 3, Aussie death metal. Misery with Sorting of the Insects. This is their first demo from God knows what, 91 or somewhere around there. What does it say? 92. There you go. Yeah, I definitely would have bought this from Impact for $5, I'd say, or maybe 6. Who knows? But I remember buying it because it was killer stuff. This one definitely made my Aussie top 20 demos as well. Median value of this 138, maximum 180. Yeah, so getting up there, it's definitely worth it, I'd say. So you get 6 songs on this. As I think I said in my other review, you get the whole lot on this what's it called, Evil Reborn compilation, which Memento Mori put out. That's probably just as hard to get as this these days, but I would highly recommend this because it's got the first album, 2 demos and a couple of EPs. Legendary, just chunky as hell Aussie death metal. Yeah, as you would have seen on my CDs one, they featured pretty highly on that. Their stuff is valuable, and with good reason. It's A, rare as buggery, but B, just amazing death metal. Just chunky as hell, just rumbly, love it. Great stuff. This is, this is the singer from the first album in this series. Well, this is Darren on this, so yeah, it sounds a little rusty these days compared to their album, but still friggin' killer. Very, very big influence on me when I was a youth. Number 2 is Transgressor with Twisting Brokers, Demo 2. This came out in 1990. This is Japanese death metal. Pretty legendary stuff. I have no idea where I got this from. I cannot remember at all. I reckon maybe Impact, but possibly a second-hand shop or something or other. I really couldn't tell you. So yeah, this is Japanese death metal, very much in the vein of, your Autopsy sort of style. Just really good sound on this. It's surprisingly good. I think Death File's the first song, and yeah, it's just got killer tremolo bit. Then you got Disembodied / Suffocation, and Disembodied is just like super doom with your church bells and just evilness, and then sort of speeds up. This band turned into Anatomia, sort of. It's the main drummer and singer, I think. yeah, as I said, no idea where I got it from. I love this sort of taped on the back bit of demo twisting brokers has done. Not sure what that means, but no idea if this is an original or not. Comes with the old tape. I mean, it sort of looks familiar. According to the cover, and it is like numbered 245, so I'd say it's an original. You get like this fold-outy bit that's looks like it's been photocopied about 50 times, but but on the back is like handwritten side A, and definitely not a photocopy. Side A is the demo plus the song Morbid Curses. Side B is the 89 demo, and also a multiplex demo, and multiplex is an old sort of Japanese deathy, grindy kind of band, bloody killer. So, but that's a 91 demo, so yeah, I'm guessing maybe this came out, maybe this is a second press or something, who knows. Either way, I'm happy to have it. It's freaking killer, and you can actually get it more easily on this Recollected Limbs compilation that came out on like Bloodbath or Obliteration and Weird Truth. Highly recommend this one. This is like EPs, and I think it's got a couple of songs of from their Ether, the Scapegoat. So what is it called? Yeah. Oh, sorry, Ether for Scapegoat compilation. First album that came out on Cyber Music. So yeah, they're not completely forgotten because they're back together. I see, and yeah, I think I bought a new EP of theirs, but this one, freaking killer. Just great Japanese death metal. And my most valuable tape, according to Discogs, is Armored Angel with their demo 1995. This one has a median price of $160 and same maximum, so I'd say it's probably only been sold the once. Don't know how many of these there are. This one was given to me by Joel, the drummer, so thanks, mate. Much appreciated. Many years after the fact, so I think he had a box of it, so he was like, here you go. Very happy to have that, because, yeah, I don't think this was ever even on sale at gigs or anything like that, because I definitely would have snapped it up quick smart. Yeah, this is a killer death metal era. This is the last release they did of the classic sort of Luck Green lineup. Originally, I thought this was... I believe they split up, I don't know if it was while recording an album with Jazz Coleman from Killing Joke. Maybe they didn't even get to record it. I always assumed that this was that, but no, this is produced by John Hursk at the Powerhouse up in Sydney. He did legendary stuff by Mass Appeal and Addictive and Alchemist, so it's actually the same recording setup as Communion, their demo of a few years before. Yeah, it's not my favourite of that era lineup. It's probably my least favourite, really, but it's only because the other ones are so amazingly good. This is still bloody cool as well. It's got the, I think it's Way of Sorrows has that steamroller groove that they had. The last song, Oriax, has like piano on it, which you'd think for a sort of straightforward death metal band would be a bit weird, but it actually works quite well on this. So yeah, very happy to have this. Thanks again to Joel for just giving me this. Bloody awesome. Yeah, this has also been re-released on record with a picture of them at least. So thanks Hell's Headbangers for doing that, and it is also on this Hymns of Hate compilation. So this would be your go-to if you want most of the good Armored Angel, except for the album on this. But yeah, very happy to have this one. $160 is pretty reasonable, I reckon. Because yeah, as I said, no idea how many of these are, but yeah, legendary bit of Canberra death metal history. Now, a good batch of these tapes are usually on display in my study in this killer frame. I'll put a picture of it up that my good mate Mark made for me for tape presentation. So, but yeah, it's my sort of legendary Aussie demos frame. I was quite surprised at some of the stuff that wasn't on this list. There's like Old Alchemist demo, the Nazul demo wasn't on here, the Bloodduster demo wasn't on here, the Cruciform demo, and this always got to show off this charming Misery demo, and even the Damage demo wasn't on here as well. So those are the ones that didn't make this list for some odd reason. Maybe they're not as valuable as I thought, but they're bloody valuable to me because yeah, that's the cream of the crop pretty much. One tape that I didn't show because it's probably just too good to be true is this Autopsy demo that I bought on eBay, I don't know, 20 years ago or something, bloody ages ago. Because it's a bit too good to be true, I reckon. It's got like a slightly more modern looking tape, and it does have some sort of handwritten stuff on the cover, but it's very obviously photocopied probably dozens of times, so I don't really count that. It would if this was a proper Autopsy demo, it probably would have been pretty high on the list, but oh well. But as far as other bands that... these ones had no median price, so no idea what they're actually worth. You got Crypt. This is an old Queensland death metal band. I've still got the sticker on this. I bought this from Magpie Music in Bega, which is like a little coastal sort of town, for $8. So I was very surprised to see a Queensland death metal band in New South Wales that, in a very small, like, the store had a very minimal metal section, although I'm pretty sure I bought, was it I Am the Bloody Earth, My Dying Bride EP from there as well on CD. So obviously maybe there was someone with good taste in Bega. So love your work. Another one that wasn't on the thing is this Body Count one. This is an Aussie press of the first Body Count album, which has Cop Killer on it. Ooh, naughty. But yeah, no one sold this. So don't know what it's worth. Probably not much really, to tell the truth. Probably made thousands of them. Another one that it's covered in dust for some reason. No idea why I even own this. Probably bought it as a gag. But Striper, the Yellow and Black Attack. Again, I think another Aussie press of this. Don't know what that's worth. Probably $2. Who knows? One charming one that I also got pretty recently that is Fuck 'Em Dead, their one demo. Yeah, this is an official one, and there's bugger all of these, but it just hasn't sold before, so I reckon this would probably be worth a pretty penny if it was put on there. But my sort of highlight one that has definitely not been sold on there, because who knows how many copies there are of this. This is the very first Alchemist demo, Eternal Wedlock. You will not see many of these around, that's for sure. I think I definitely got this one off Jesse, so thanks, mate. Bodgy handwritten on the tape. This is a pretty hacked up version, I've got to say. There's like big chunks of it out. But yeah, pretty legendary old stuff. So there, this is very first Alchemist with Murray from Nemesis on vocals and a couple of other dudes I've never heard of, and Adam's still there on guitar. So yeah, it doesn't sound anything like older Alchemist. I can barely remember what this sounds like. There's a crappy version that's, or there's a on Discogs, YouTube, sorry, there's a something that's labelled as Eternal Wedlock, but it's just the first demo 90, just with a crap sound. So yeah, don't be fooled by that. One thing I will mention as well is that I originally, when I sorted all these, the Arismender that came 20th wasn't there, and actually my Carcass Recaputrefaction tape was number 20. But I can't find it. I would have got it off my old mate Phil Urvacker for $5, I'm pretty sure, or else swapped it for something. Silly boy. I definitely own it, I know that. So that was worth $41, but yeah, it's probably somewhere in this study, who knows where. So I was going to show this next charming band, which, yeah, AC. Good boys. This is their Everyone Should Be Killed. So this came 21st, or 22nd really, including Carcass. This one's worth $45 or $90 maximum, so I don't think I've even listened to this one. I bought this off an old message board I used to be on called the Relapse board. I got this from Steve, thanks mate. And for this, I got off him like a big batch of stuff for 42 Australian dollars somehow. I got the Arse Destroyer Abstain split CD, I think, Discordant Saxus album, Stratosphere album, Gore Beyond Necropsy apparently, even though I already own that. Don't know why I would have bought that off him, but I've got the list here. Unseen Terror and this tape, and also Scum, the proper tape version of that. So yeah, that was a bloody good score for $42. So thanks again, Steve. So that was my top 20 most valuable tapes according to Discogs. Honestly, I was a bit surprised that a lot of that stuff wasn't worth more, but I think it's probably a good thing for people who actually want to get them, because you ain't getting them off me. I'm not selling any of those, that's for sure. And yeah, it's definitely not my order of preference of those releases. So as I plugged throughout the video, here's a link to my top 20 Aussie demos, which has a bit more extensive rambling about this half of the population of this video. But yeah, I still have a 7-inch version of this to do. I'll get around to that at some point soon. But yeah, I've enjoyed doing these. I hope you enjoyed it too, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers.